Hey guys, it's Allie from Allie Answers. I hope you're having a fantastic day. This video is for those of us who are struggling, those of us who have issues, those of us who have anxiety, depression, who are stuck, whatever. This is not for those of you who are whistling through life and everything's great. If that is the case, that is fantastic. I am so happy for you, but go find a different video to watch. This one's not for you. I was talking to my doctor a few months ago, and she was actually telling me that for the first time in her career, she has had tons and tons and tons of people coming in and asking for medication for anxiety and depression. She said that people are complaining that they feel scattered, they're frustrated, they feel down, they feel stuck, they don't feel like they can move forward with life. Sometimes these people, for the first time in their lives, are crippled by fear or indecision. And maybe you're a person who, like me, is usually very decisive. And maybe that's something that you are now struggling with. I'm going to share with you a little bit of advice from the pit, from the hole, from where we are. Okay, so I am right there with you. I am no better and probably no worse than most of you. We all have our struggles. We all have our issues. So first of all, I know that I don't normally talk about my faith on this channel, but it is a very important part of me and a very important part of my life. So the very first question that I tend to ask myself is, are you praying about it as much as you're talking about it? It is so much easier to complain to our friends, our neighbors, the person behind us at the grocery store about whatever is going on in our lives, when really who we need to be speaking to is our Creator, because He is the one who is guiding and directing our lives if we allow that. If you're not a believer, that is totally fine. No shade on you. However, I do know a lot of believers who I kind of find it interesting. So I know a lot of believers who do believe in the power of prayer, and they'll ask other people who they know are believers to pray for them. And that's totally fine. I mean, we're happy to pray for people who are not believers, because we know that prayer moves mountains and prayer makes things happen. And let's talk about those mountains. You know, a lot of times I feel like there are situations that we are in and we are praying for the situation to be changed. We are praying for God to stop the storm, for Him to move the mountain, for Him to change all the circumstances around us. But often what He's actually trying to do is change us. So that's something else I'm going to recommend. If you are stuck and you're frustrated and you're in a situation where you're thinking, I can't change any of the things around me. I see them. I know what needs to be changed. No one's listening to me. No one's doing what they're supposed to be doing. Then guess what? He is probably trying to change you, trying to change your response to situations, trying to fine-tune who you are and help you to make better choices. Journaling is a way to get those feelings out, and kind of, in my mind, it's a great way for our brain to just kind of dump everything out. Do it longhand if you like to write, or you can get on the computer. I do both. I think sometimes getting all the junk in your head just out is a way to kind of see, where are my thoughts leading me? What are the problems that I keep going back to? Maybe the answers are right in here and you just haven't formulated it yet and want to write it all down. I'm going to say something that might step on some people's toes. I'm going to say this. It is possible that you have already received the answer to your prayers. Did you think about that? It is possible that the people in your life have been speaking for God, that they have been moved by the Spirit to actually speak the truth to you and to tell you what you need to do to change your situation. What about that? Like me, my friend reminded me about journaling. She's like, you're a writer, write it all down. Maybe you just needed a reminder. Maybe the answer has already been given to you, but you haven't done it. As someone that I care about very much loves to say, do something even if it's wrong. It's those squirrels that are going back and forth in the middle of the road who don't make a decision that get flattened. If you've been told, what you really need to do is go back to your doctor and get your medication started again. Or if you've been told, have you prayed about it as much as you talked about it? Or you've been told, you know what you need to do. You need to look for a different job, look for a different church, look for a different best friend. You need a different circumstance with your living arrangement. Maybe they've told you the answer and you haven't done it. I understand that depression and anxiety can cause analysis paralysis. It happens to the best of us, even those people like me who really make decisions pretty quickly and are ready to just make a change if we're ready to make a change. But listen, it's hard, and I get it. It's really hard to sit down, and if it's your job that is getting to you, consider what else you might want to do, or to write your resume, or to ask someone for a letter of recommendation because you feel like that's all you're missing. I would suggest that if the answers have already been given to you and you just haven't really listened to them, maybe go back and think about it. If you've talked to 8 people and 7 people gave you the same advice, and if you don't feel at peace with that, I'm not saying to do something you're not comfortable with, but have you been given the answer and have you ignored it? So here's the other thing. Many times, one of the things that we struggle with most is asking for help, especially if you're a woman. Sorry guys, but women, we just don't like to ask for help. We think we can do everything because we've been told that we can. One person cannot do everything. And if you're a single mom like me, oh my goodness, it is hard to do everything. And I can't live my life and do it on my own. I need help. So make sure that if you are supposed to be asking for help, that you are. Please take the advice of those that love you. If you're stuck, unstick yourself. You can do it. I believe in you and I love you. And if you are watching this, please subscribe to my channel. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.